Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I am Eman Omar. Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Saturday announced that there shall be no physical classes from 1st of July. The decision to hold only online classes for time being was taken up after Panchayati Raj Teachers Union and other Teachers Union leaders met the Chief Minister in Pragati Bhavan earlier in the day. The union leaders also requested K. Chandrasekhar Rao to allow only 50% of the teaching staff to attend the school daily. In the past too, parents' unions have expressed inhibitions about resumption of physical classes. The Chief Minister also directed the Education Ministry to release the orders regarding the online classes at the earliest. Former Indian cricket captain Mohammad Azharuddin on Friday condemned the move of Apex Council of Hyderabad Cricket Association to appoint John Manoj as the interim president of the association. While criticizing the move, Azharuddin told that all the meetings are illegal and they are in violation of Hyderabad Cricket Association rules and regulations. He also suggested John Manoj to refrain from performing actions that violates the rules and regulations. On the other hand, Manoj said that the Apex Council members on Thursday took the decision to appoint him as interim president and he has taken charge on Friday. He also said that the administration cannot enter into standstill mode. Several months after Uttam Kumar Reddy resigned from the post, the Congress party on Saturday appointed Malkajgiri Member of Parliament A. Revanth Reddy as a new president for Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee. A two-time MLA from Godankal and a former working president of the Telugu Desam Party, Revanth Reddy joined the Congress in 2018. Uttam Kumar Reddy had resigned after the Congress party faced a debacle at the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections in December 2020. The party had managed to win only 2 wards then. Friday prayers were offered in Hyderabad's historical Makkah Masjid, another mosque, after 5 weeks. Earlier, the state government had directed to close all the religious places to control the spread of COVID-19. Last Saturday, the state cabinet decided to lift the lockdown and allow reopening of all the religious places. After 5 weeks, Friday prayers were offered in the mosque. At the mosque, COVID-19 guidelines were strictly followed. Hafiz Rizwan Qureshi, the Imam and Khatib of Makkah Masjid, delivered the Friday sermon and led the prayers. He prayed for the eradication of COVID-19 and the peace and development of the country. Leading legal luminary Professor Faizan Mustafa discusses about the demolition of a mosque in Barabanki, Uttar Pradesh case in his new video on his YouTube Legal Awareness channel. Making a mockery of urgency of making decisions amid the present crisis, he says at a time when the second wave of coronavirus was at peak with shortage of oxygen plaguing the country and when the dead bodies were floating in the Ganga river, Barabanki Sub-District Magistrate had a problem with the prayer call and used its power under Section 133 CRPC to pass the order of demolition. Not taking note of the issue, the Allahabad court observed that the mosque was 100 years old. Comparing this demolition with that of the Babri Masjid, he adds that the writ petition was being filed against the destruction but does not know what will happen of it. Reading out the Allahabad court order, he said that it is the power of the judicial magistrate to look into the masjid issue. On his return to Srinagar after attending the all-party meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi on Thursday, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and patron of National Conference Farooq Abdullah said on Saturday that he is not sure if the centre is ready to remove the mistrust existing on the ground in Jammu and Kashmir. Talking to the media after his arrival back home, Abdullah said, "Let us not jump and see if the centre is ready to remove the mistrust existing on the ground in Jammu and Kashmir." Asked whether there would be a second meeting with the central leadership, Farooq Abdullah's son and former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, who was also part of the delegation of Kashmiri leaders that attended the all-party meeting in the national capital, said nothing is fixed as of now. Omar Abdullah also said that he did not agree with the contention of former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Muzaffar Hussain Beg, who said during the all-party meet that since the issue of Articles 370 and 35A is sub judice with the Supreme Court, it cannot be discussed during the meet. India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed the landmark of 31 crore as 61.19 lakh vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. In a significant achievement, India's cumulative vaccination coverage has exceeded 31 crores on Friday. A total of 31 crore 50 lakhs 45,926 vaccine doses have been administered through 42 lakh 839 sessions as per the provisional report till 7 am on Saturday. A total of 61 lakh 19,169 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The new phase of COVID vaccination commenced from 21st of June 2021. The Union government is committed to accelerating the pace and expanding the scope of vaccination throughout the country. Two Ayurveda doctors who are originally from India's Kerala state and now based in the United Arab Emirates have received the Gulf nation's coveted golden visa, according to a media report on Saturday. Both Sham Vishwanathan Pillai and Jasna Jamal were granted the golden visas by the United Arab Emirates Federal Authority for Identity and Citizenship. They were awarded the golden visas under the medical professionals and doctors category on 17th of June. A golden visa enabled the foreigners to live, work and study in the country without the need of a national sponsor and with 100% ownership of their business on the UAE mainland. They are issued for 5 or 10 years and are renewed automatically. That's it for today. Thank you, viewers.